Water. Don't you love water? I have a little tickle in my throat, so I needed some water. Anyways, hello everyone. It is 12:30. That means that you and I have an appointment. It's time to discuss it with Drake. That will be moi, for those of you that don't know. Welcome to episode 108. Today's quick tip is, or quick topic, I should say, is 4 ways to destroy your home's value, right? It's a true thing. So before we get started, don't forget that if you ever miss a live broadcast, all you have to do is go over to YouTube, type in Drake's Real Estate TV, hit subscribe, and then you'll never miss another episode. So say hello in the comments, please, and let's get started. So you're now a homeowner. You're welcome. And you can kiss uniformity goodbye the moment that you turn your apartment keys over to your now former landlord, right? The world is now your canvas. At least that part of the world you are now obligated to pay a monthly mortgage payment on, right? And you're the artist that'll mold it into shape and that, well, to where however delight your senses. So you may have big dreams for that new home, but hold on. Just pause for just a second, all right? This is the time to take careful consideration for not hastily, taking your designs that you drew on a cocktail napkin and put it into place. So although there are certainly changes that you can make that will update or upgrade your home, there are others that can potentially devastate its value. So this is not a small thing. So if you thought that your ugly entry light fixture was a real turnoff, well, I'm going to show you a few things that could potentially extremely be appealing down the road. So number one, there's the good, the bad, and then the ugly. So every homeowner is going to leave a mark on their home, right? It's an inevitable fact of life. And the only question you need to ask yourself is your mark a good one? Okay, will you be the homeowner who planted that gorgeous maple tree that turns those beautiful, colors during the fall? Or are you the one that's gluing neon green shag carpet to the hardwood floors, right? So I'm going to share with you just a real short list of some of the most dramatic ways to destroy your home's value. And this is not what you want to do. So hopefully you'll avoid these problems and then call me when it's time to sell. Disclaimer, if you're in your forever home, go nuts, go crazy. You don't need to sell that property ever. Don't worry about it. Feel free to do whatever thrills you. Just be aware that your outlandish choices could prevent things like refinances and even reverse mortgages down the road. But that's a whole nother story. So let's talk about them. Number 4, and I'm going to share 4 of them with you. Now that you own a house, people are going to give you all sorts of weird advice. You need to learn how to turn it out. I call that noise. Because generally, random people don't know. And most people own 2 or 3 homes in their lives, which doesn't really give them a whole lot of experience. So please contact me, a general contractor, or other home pros before you do anything. And just because you saw it on Instagram does not make it a classic, all right? So number 4, really personalizing the place. So look, when you're going to make your house your own, you need to step away, from that lime green fuzzy wallpaper and orange tiles. Just for a minute, just think it through. Some buyers can see past that over personalization, others cannot. So there's a reason that we, as realtors, we advise our sellers to start and paint everything beige. Right, Emily Cruz? You do not. Anyways, it creates a blank canvas for buyers to start on because some people really can't do it. If you're using quirky wallpaper, do something that's easy to remove when you go to sell. You may not want to use that crazy tile, everywhere. But small accents might be a smarter way to go. So in short, just tone it down a little bit. However, feel free to paint to your heart's desire. Just plan to repaint before you put the house on the market. Because when a buyer is looking at your home, the first impression they have informs every other thought that they have as they're walking through. Because they're simultaneously calculating 2 things in their head. How much can I afford to pay for this house? And how much will I have to pay to fix this house? And trust me, your estimates are not going to match. So each intolerable thing that they encounter, like that orange tile, is another thing that goes into the repair budget. And as that grows, the price that they're willing to pay shrinks. So, okay. So hey you there with the flamingo wallpaper in your bedroom, the repair budget's getting pretty heavy. And these are just some of the things that they see visibly, and they haven't even gotten to the inspection period yet. So the point here is, do you in a way that can be reversed before anyone actually shows the house. Okay. Number 3, converting the garage to anything else. There's a difference between using your garage as a gym and making it a gym permanently. So when it's a permanent gym, you can't push some stuff out of the way and pull the car in real quick. You got to get out of the rain. In fact, you probably don't even have a garage door anymore. So many people have made this hasty decision, turning their garages into master suites, home gyms, playrooms, home offices, and not considering the long-term ramifications. Then after dumping thousands of dollars into the project, they find that it's extremely difficult to resell their home. So no matter how professionally the conversion was done, in some cases done very well, the buyers say to themselves, well, where am I going to stash my lawnmower? Okay, it's a valid question. So buyers that are coming into a transaction with a certain set of expectations, and frankly, when they're looking at houses in certain areas or certain prices that typically come with garages, it sort of breaks their brains to find out that that one doesn't quite fit the mold. That's the beginning of the price chopping spiral. And eventually you'll discount the house much more than you ever intended, or just give up on selling and rent it out and move out. So don't do it. Number 2, tearing down walls. Hold on. This one is not actually a hard and fast rule. You just got to be smart about it, because there are sometimes walls that should come out. I do this every time I walk into a home I haven't been in. But don't make this call without consulting an architect or a general contractor, because there are 7 things to consider, including the structural integrity and the flow of the home. So the walls that you definitely should never tear out are the ones that reduce bathroom or bedroom numbers. Unless you have one of those homes that already has 5 or 6 bedrooms and 4 or more baths, at that point you have a little wiggle room. As long as you maintain the American standard, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, or whatever the standard is for your neighborhood, you might be okay. However, turning a 3-bedroom home into a 2-bedroom home because you wanted to expand that bedroom is a value killer, okay? If you think about it from a market perspective, that might make a bit more sense. A larger home is for mature families, they've got a bigger budget because there's usually 2 incomes, and they might need more partition space because they probably have teenagers involved, right? Well, the same house with the same square footage, but with 2 bedrooms, is more likely to be shown to younger families with small children, possibly maybe with 1 income, because one parent is staying home to raise the toddlers, or even a single people. Their budgets are smaller, which means that the 2-bedroom market simply doesn't support the higher prices of the 3-bedroom market. When your home is appraised, your appraiser will be pulling comparable homes based on things like neighborhood, square footage, number of bedrooms, and baths. So if the other 2-bedroom homes are selling for $30,000 less than the 3 bedrooms, I think you know where I'm going. Bottom line, don't knock out walls without professional consultation with me or an architect or a general contractor at a minimum, so you can actually understand the full impact of this decision. Now, the number 1, probably the one we see most often, because I know that you've seen it if you've been to a house, that is unprofessional DIY repairs. So there are 2 kinds of DIYers: those with significant trade experience, and then them. And you probably know them, and hopefully you aren't one of them. But if your main qualifications involve, 8th grade shop class and hours of watching HGTV, stop. You probably should not try to handle this. Don't try any big jobs on your own. Start small, work your way up, watch lots of YouTube videos, and practice on materials in the back of the house that don't affect your home, or for the sake of the house and your financial future. Recognize and accept when you're in over your head. A home pro is often less expensive than you might imagine. Just call them in first, because when they're asked to clean up a bad repair and still make the original correction, it will cost you extra, okay? That's really all I have for you, so I hope you found that interesting and helpful. And I hope you come back next week to check us out here. I want to give a shout out to Homekeeper for all the information that they provided me today, that I provided to you. And as always, please don't keep me a secret. Share this with everyone you know. And if there's a topic that you would like me to discuss in the future, just let me know. I'll get it on the calendar. I hope that you have a fantastic week and are recovering from the turkey coma. Please be kind to one another. Don't forget to live, laugh, and love. And until we see each other again next week, when the next move matters, contact Drake for Homes. See you, everybody.